Good morning. My name is Wes Newsmeyer. I'm here to tell stories this morning. Thank you to Joanne Wolf at the organ and to Lester Groff at the sound desk so that you can hear me and see me. It's good to be here this morning. In the morning we might expect some snow. We haven't had any yet. Scripture has lots of stories. The story I'll be telling this morning is not Scripture. But maybe if we use our imagination, it might be close to some of the stories from Scripture. Sam walks up the bare path and enters the open doorway of the cabinet shop. The toddler on the floor beside the workbench grins in recognition, but continues playing with the long wood curls flying from the cabinet maker's plane. The worker straightens, nods a greeting, and then follows the father's eyes to the small boy playing on the floor. He's been happy here most of the afternoon. In fact, he's been good all day. You've been a good one, Jakey, Sam says, scooping the little one up in his long arms. The shy grin returns to the small round face, revealing 2 almost new teeth. That's a fine boy. Papa's proud of you. He turns to the smiling cabinet maker. How'd you come by taking in children like this for a whole day? I mean, most men are too busy or something. Well, yes, I have plenty of work, but I thought you needed someone to help out for today, with your wife ailing, and also I like children. They always seem fascinated by the shop. They like to watch my hands, see what I'm doing. Maybe they learn something like I did as a boy here. And if I stop work for a while, you know, tables and chairs and boxes don't mind waiting. And actually, he continues, they help me. Children help me to think. I need somebody to talk to sometimes. They help me evaluate my work, think about what's really important, and how to plan ahead. Well, Sam says, that's interesting. Very interesting. I'm really glad Josh told me about you. Like I said this morning, I really needed to get some work done in the fields, and Rachel just isn't well enough to take care of this little guy by herself. What do I owe you? Oh, no, nothing. Like I said, he helped me, listened to me all day long. We went over to Mom's for lunch. Oh, we almost forgot your stick here, Jakey, didn't we? Goodbye now, come see me again. Father and son moved quietly out the path, the little one waving his stick in rhythm to his father's gait. The father's mind busily trying to remember some of the things Josh told him about this unusual man. The cabinet maker turns back to his shop, straightens the lumber on the rack, places the planes on their shelf above the bench. He scoops the chips from the floor in his work-hardened hands and drops the shavings into the kindling box. Then he steps beyond the bench, reaches back into the corner, and picks up a short board with some letters outlined on it that's been waiting, leaning against the wall. He dusts it off carefully, finds a short brush, and begins inking some letters on the board. He straightens, board in hand, and turns toward the only window facing the street. Setting his sign in place, he glances around the shop and moves out the door. The door is shut and bolted, and his steps carry him more slowly perhaps than sometimes, a few yards out the path and across the dusty street to his home. His mother is preparing the evening meal. He touches her shoulder as he brushes by, hanging his worn cap on a peg in the corner. She turns to see him looking at the cap, then the kitchen, than her. Something wrong? No, I'm just thinking. About what? She asked kindly. Oh, I've made my decision. Your decision? Yes. He sighs. The sign's in the shop window. She moves several steps toward the open door and peers across the street toward the little shop, the building she's looking at often, well, most of her life. Must be about 30 years now. Straining her eyes, she reads aloud, "Cabinet shop for sale." Oh, son. I know, Mother. He's in the other room, moving about. Seems to be packing his things. Mary turns away, slips into a chair, and buries her tears in her apron. In the Bible, the book of Luke, chapter 2, we find these words. And Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart.